Hardtack, also known as ship's biscuits, were the staple diet of sailors over the 18th and 19th centuries. The D200 team has assembled for a hardtack bake-off. Alright guys, your challenge for today is to make hardtack. Hardtack was the traditional food that was used on sailing ships for hundreds and hundreds of years. It was basically baked flour into biscuit-shaped forms that they'd store in the hold and keep for months and months during their voyages around the world. You've got an hour to make your versions today, and Rowan is going to tell you how you're going to do that.
Right guys, yeah, we'll give you a mug of flour. That's enough to make 2 hardtack biscuits. Add a little bit of water, not much. A nice sort of dry, squishy mixture. It mustn't stick to your hands. A little bit of salt, and then you stick it in the oven. So, are you ready?
Good. Yeah. So you've got to interpret that. You can change the shape, the size. You can make that stuff up. All right, guys, we're going to judge you on taste, colour, and aesthetics. We've got 3 prizes for each of those categories. Your hour starts now. The recipe is really simple. Flour, water, and a bit of salt, then baked as hard as a rock.
Do you think it's going to taste good?
Probably not, no. It could be too salty. Yeah.
How are you guys getting on over here?
Yeah, it's going really well. It's mixing together.
Have you got a strategy with your hardtack?
Not so far. I'm just kind of seeing where it goes.
What about you? How are you getting on? Really? Are you worried about making it too gloopy, too sticky? How's your hardtack getting on?
I think we have the winning hardtack here.
Really?
It's looking pretty good, looking well.
Are you thinking circles or
I'm
squares?
thinking rectangle, and I've got a design idea in mind. So.
Really? Wow. Oh, that's going to be interesting to see. Even Captain Ben Wheatley had a go at making the hardtack.
So this is particularly interesting for me as someone who's been a seafarer on traditional ships for a long time. I've often wondered what hardtack tastes like, and I've often wondered what it would be like to cook. So for me, this is a cool opportunity, and my plan is genuinely to keep some of this on board for a year or so, and just see what happens to it. So it'd be really interesting to see in 12 months' time if I'm brave enough to try it. And I've put broad arrows on the back of them in the traditional way.
They're using some interesting ingredients as well, which I hadn't even thought that there wasn't even an option, but that's really imaginative.
There might be a better way of doing the taste on hardtack. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes in a sec.
What's your secret ingredient?
Oh, my secret ingredient is chocolate.
I'm kneading it properly. And instead of adding water, I just wet my hands occasionally to get just the right consistency. And I think I'm just about there, having mixed my hardtack.
Some novel hardtack shapes were emerging.
You've seen that one? It looks like a ship.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, although I'm not sure how it's going to get baked on both sides.
Yeah,
that's going to be difficult to turn over.
Others were going for a more historically accurate, square-shaped approach. How long
have we got left?
We've got 30 minutes, everyone. 30 minutes to go. As the clock ticked down, the last finishing touches were made. Guys, you've got to work out how long they need to cook, and you're responsible for flipping them. So look, your one's quite thick. You've got to work out how long it needs. These thinner ones will be much faster.
Everybody, time's up. Time to get everything into the oven.
After around an hour of baking, the hardtack looked ready, and it was time to start judging.
It works, I think.
The end results were varied, with some innovative shapes and designs.
Careful!
I don't think this category is going to work. Hardtack really was known as molar breakers and many other names related to teeth.
Quite distressing.
Yeah, because it is so incredibly hard. And this is why it lasted so long at sea. It would last, in some cases, years at a time. But of course become completely rife with weevils. Crunchy.
Really crunchy.
That's how it's meant to be.
It's
It's meant to be crunchy. This one here with the original thickness and the original Royal Navy arrow is the one that represents the most authentic to the original hardtacks that were made in the 19th century. And yeah, again, that would have lasted for years. Yeah, that's not going anywhere. That's going to last for a long time. It'd be delightful nourishment for many, many, many sailors.
Right.
So well done, everyone.
Everybody.
Well done. Very good.
And I designed this because they're really mean, and we have a bosun on board, and he's called Mean Pete, so it's the Mean Pete Longtail.
Things didn't quite go to plan during the making. It was going to be a nudibranch to start with, but yeah, that was a bit too complicated, so last minute, since we're running out of time, it turned into a 7-armed starfish, which beautifully pulled through for me.
Designed mine in memory of all those who suffered from seasickness on the way out of Liverpool.
Just get a couple.